Good Sunday evening, everybody. Hope everybody had a great weekend. So we got a couple people already made comments here. Hey, Thomas, how you doing, bud? All right, you're at work. That's cool. Hey, Wayne, how you doing? So far, we got one watching. Assuming that's Wayne. Hi, Wayne. Twisted V Twin Garage will not be in tonight. His wife said she may stop in and say hello. He's going to work early this evening, so he should be sleeping. So, like I said, hope everybody had a great weekend. I did. We got to go to some tractor pulls. Got to hook the. Okay, Ben. Thanks. Hi, Ben. Hi, VA lady. How you doing? As I was saying, got to hook Plan B. It did not turn out the way we wanted it to. Mark had a really good hook, but still having carburetor issues, possibly fuel issues with the Plan B tractor. So back to the drawing board. We'll get that worked out. And let me drop the link here in case anybody wants to come up. There we go. Yeah. It's actually, I don't want to call it a short night because I didn't get home till almost midnight, but wasn't as long as some of the other ones we've been to. So other than that, just did a few things around the house today here. Worked yesterday morning and went to the tractor pulls. Last week was a great week. Beautiful weather. So, hey, Crystal, how you doing? Thanks for stopping in. Mid-70s for the temperatures, low humidity. A whole lot better than that upper 80s, 90-degree, high humidity weather we've been having for the last few weeks. I really enjoyed it. Also, if y'all notice, we got a haircut or two, so no more long-haired hippie type. So it's looking good. Anybody else got anything? Like I said, got to work on Plan B. So that'll probably be a video on that. Working on a cooking video. I was supposed to work on it today, but I didn't. I was lazy today. I just mowed the grass and did a couple other things around here. Just didn't feel like being on camera. Really tired. So dehydrated more than anything. So been checking out a bunch of other videos and stuff from everybody else. Get caught up on some of Nate's and everybody. Oh, thanks, Breezy. Yeah, don't know how many people caught it. Twisted V Twin Garage did go live last night from the polls. That was awesome. We got somebody in the basement here. All right, y'all, buckle up. It's going to get real.
What's up, Ed?
Hey, Mater, what's happening, buddy?
Not much. Enjoying a nice Sunday afternoon.
Yep, me too.
Got a chance to. I didn't watch the game on TV, but I did get a chance to watch it on my phone. It's like, I'm happy with that score. Yeah.
Which game was that?
The Houston versus Jacksonville game.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. 37-21 Houston.
Wow.
Yeah.
That does sound like a good game.
Yep. And considering the fact that we've got a brand new starting quarterback.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't follow professional sports that much. I did a little bit years back, but in my opinion, a lot of them just got to be too much of an overpaid crybabies, you know. So, hey, there's Brandon. How you doing, Brandon?
What's up, Brandon? So, yeah, I mean, the number one sport, I would always follow would have been either NASCAR or, of course, football. And the way NASCAR has gone nowadays is like, take it and shove it because I don't care.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like what was said in the movie Days of Thunder. Ain't a thing stock about a stock car.
Right. I mainly watch NHRA if I'm going to watch something like that on TV,
Right.
I put it on, and half the time I don't forget that I don't forget it's on. I just miss it when it starts and stuff. So I'll go back and watch it online or whatever, just the highlights and stuff.
Right.
But
now, Chris and I, we actually got through watching. It's called The Snake and the Mongoose. It talks about Don Perdome and Tom McEwen.
Yep.
And one thing I didn't realize, now I don't know if it's factual part or not, but in the movie, Tom McEwen is the one that actually came up with the respirator idea for Funny Car and Top Fuel after seeing Tom Perdome going and painting cars, which is the same kind of mask that I have to wear at work when I'm painting.
Mm-hmm.
And they both had a little part in the movie, the actual drivers themselves.
Yeah. The respirators and stuff they wear, it's kind of twofold. One, it helps filter out a lot of the clutch dust and dust off the track and everything else.
Right.
But two, it stops, if there is a fire, it stops the flames from getting in their lungs.
True. And also any exhaust fumes that are coming in.
Yeah.
Like I say, it's basically the same kind of respiratory mask that I have to wear at work when I'm painting, because it's actually, there's two layers of filter through there. And the second one is actually a charcoal style filter.
Yeah. Especially nitromethane is when it burns, it has a carcinogen in it.
Yeah. Yep. That's true. There's Briggs.
What's up, Briggs?
Just dealing with, as you can see, sheetrock work, replacing the sheetrock from when my roof was changed.
Sound like you're having fun.
Hey, someone's got to do it.
Yep.
I was sanding it away using the electric sander, and all of a sudden, pop a breaker, go down the basement, and my one breaker house finally bit the knob and tube. Finally went sizzle, sizzle, cocoa pop.
At least it didn't go sizzle, sizzle, cocoa pop, burst into flames.
Yeah.
Actually, it did, but I have a fire extinguisher, thank God. So I got no power in the house.
Oh.
I got an extension cord coming from the garage into the house. Thank God.
So, Sandy.
So I got no power in the house. Ooh, I got an extension
so where's your worst half at?
The garage.
Sleeping.
That's right. He's got to be on the road 11 o'clock.
You got YouTube still on, Sandy.
Oh, shit.
Uh-oh. She's
Hey.
back at work.
Tech support these days, I'm telling you.
You know what? I hurry up because I was late.
Hey, I wouldn't talk there, buddy. You did the roll of shame last night.
What?
Who, me?
What do you mean?
No, Ed, when he couldn't get his tractor to stay running.
Well,
That wasn't a roll. That wasn't a roll of shame. That's a brand new carburetor and everything on that tractor. There's no way to test it. You can dial it in the best you can on a free rev.
Oh, I know. I'm just harassing you like you would harass me. If that was me in there, you'd be doing saying the same thing.
true.
Hey, he got third out of it.
Yeah. I moved the sled.
What, about 16 feet, wasn't it?
No, it was like 6 feet.
Yeah, something like that.
Because I actually had the chain tight and got the clutch to go out and then engage, and it rolled forward about 2 or 3 feet, but I got enough momentum behind the sled that it come up and bump me and push me forward again. So,
Right.
yeah. Hey, Rick, how you doing?
So, Rick, lady, I see Wayne's here.
Yep. Wayne's been in here. Mudster, hey, Mudster.
Yep. Bud, sir. And Breezy.
Hey, Mark heard from Bama today.
Okay.
He goes in Monday to get the hole in his neck fixed.
Great. That is awesome.
And he said tell everybody to keep him in his, in their prayers.
Yeah. I'm glad he's getting in to get that fixed, get that taken care of.
Well, me and Mark were talking, when we go, why don't we just head back that way and we can stop in Alabama and maybe we can even swing by and see Cajun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Louisiana, just come back the back way and then come back up. He said because then it would actually take us a week to do a circle.
Right.
If you want to do that.
That's fine with me. Like I said, I'm taking a week and a half off. So
that's what I'm taking. That's what Mark's taking.
Yeah. Just to burn some time up. Ben, nothing broke Ben. Like I said, I just switched that tractor over to alcohol, and it's the carburetor off my old tractor. That was a 20 horse, and there's no real way. I mean, you can get them dialed in for free revving, sitting there idling and, revving them up and stuff. But to get them under a load, there's no way to get them under a load to get them dialed in. So, and we're also thinking, Mark and I were talking last night, we stopped by the gas station on the way home, grabbed some snacks and some drinks. And we're thinking we had a bad can of fuel because both of our tractors were acting very similar. And we leaned his tractor way out before we left to go to the pools and didn't do mine because mine was running fine, idling and stuff. So,
yeah, yours sounded great. I mean, when you were sitting back there behind us,
yep,
trying to get them warmed up, it sounded perfect.
And plus,
and Mark just kept cutting out.
Yeah, and Mark said he had seafoam in his, and Ed, you didn't.
Right.
And plus the cold temperature, that didn't help either.
No.
Well, I looked at my temperature gauge on my mirror, my truck, when we were getting ready to leave. It was 67 degrees down there, which it's on the high side of low side of what they'll run at. But it wasn't like some of the other nights that we pulled when it was down in the 50s and stuff, and
and they still ran.
And they still ran good. So
it just took longer to get them warmed up.
Yeah. Wayne says you need to put a Mopar sticker on that, saying this ain't got a Hemi.
Yeah. Daryl's in here. Hey, Daryl, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, Crystal.
You feeling better, Daryl? I hope you are, buddy.
Hey, is Bocce in here? Have you seen her?
I haven't seen her
yet. You said her name. She'll probably show up now.
Oh, Bo, go to bed. You got to get up early.
Yeah.
The moisture.
Yeah.
Which is true, Bo. Yes, it does. It does do a lot with moisture too.
Hey, Pump Life, how you doing, buddy? Thanks for stopping in. At least just
like I said, like ATV says, name of the game is to outrun the sled, not let it catch you.
Exactly.
It caught Mark a couple times.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's lucky he didn't roll over. Huh?
Yeah. I said it almost caught you, Sandy.
Almost at the end.
Yeah. That's when you let off the throttle.
Well, that's because I was going out of bounds. I didn't want to lose place.
Right. Take a short hook over a DQ any day.
Yeah. Now, Mark, that's another story.
Yeah.
His nickname used to be DQ.
Yeah.
Oh, Dairy Queen?
Yeah. Nope, he was always disqualified. He could never keep his tractors in. Yeah, but
he hates it.
I was gonna say that's y'all's first pull of the year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And how many would y'all normally have by now?
Well, it was actually our second time out. The last time we didn't stay because it was what 12:30, Ed, when we left,
Yes.
and our class wasn't even up yet.
Right. Well, I'm saying though is y'all would have had how many events to have been to, on a normal basis by now?
Probably about
Oh.
10.
Yeah, about 10.
And this is already getting late in the season and everything for doing that too.
Right. Well, a lot of them were rained out though this year too.
Oh God, yeah, we've had rain up the what this year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I just got through seeing weather forecast a little while ago, and because of that tropical storm that's coming up out of the Gulf, they're talking we're probably going to be getting rain. They're saying 30% chance of rain for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Shut up, Maynard.
I wish weatherman would. I'm tired of it. Tired of hearing about rain and seeing it.
I know
A
you
friend of
guys
mine
are getting
just,
a lot of rain, too.
Friend of mine just went to he left today for California to see his second grandchild, his first one from his youngest son, but his second grandson, and he gave me the keys to his barn and his zero turn to mow his lawn for him, and his grass looks like we said the same thing. It looks like early spring here. Everything's green and growing like gangbusters.
Antonio just messaged me on Instagram, told me that the link for Facebook is not working. I'll have to look into that and see if there's something going on with that.
Nope.
I can't do it while I'm on the live stream because my computer won't handle too many tasks at once.
We got to start GoFundMe to get Ed a new computer.
I don't need a GoFundMe. I just need to get off my ass and actually pick what I want and just go buy it.
I know. I'm just picking at you.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a matter of not being able to afford it. I can afford it, but I have a really, really hard time spending money on myself.
Yeah, I hear you.
If
Plus your roof is bad and that's on your mind.
Yeah. I mean, if Mater needed something, if Nate needed something, Sandy, Mark, anybody, we'll it's done. For myself, oh, sheesh.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, I'm a big.
Yeah, he's putting out two hands.
Y'all know what I mean.
Hey, your Facebook's working. I just brought it up.
Yeah, but did you click on the link to go to the notification? The notification's working, but the link's not. Lisa Ann, she has no problem spending money on herself. Hey, Patch, how you doing?
Oh no, it's just taking me right back to it.
Yeah, Ed, I know that before I got this new computer, everything I was doing was on my laptop.
Nope.
The processor just could not handle, especially panels and everything when there was like 5 and 6 people up on it. If it was either my panel or someone else's, the processor just could not handle it. And now since I've got this new computer, no problem handling 6, 7 people.
Right. Yeah. I checked into this one. This is a really nice laptop. It's not that old. It's only a couple years old. It just needs more RAM in it. But it's a Lenovo, and to have the RAM put in it, I can buy another refurbished, updated computer for as much as it costs to have the RAM put in this thing.
Yeah, it's about right.
It's not a normal. I guess it's not a normal setup. How the RAM goes in, it has to be a special card. It's because I looked them up. I was going to buy a RAM card and an 8 gig or a 16 gig RAM card and just put it in it. 8 gig RAM card's $400.
What? It
Yeah,
shouldn't be that. It shouldn't be that much.
no, but I looked over. I looked on eBay. I looked on Amazon. Called a couple computer companies here in town, and they said these Lenovo's use a something specific card.
A priority style card.
Yeah, so I forget what it is now, and it, like I said, it's not worth me putting that kind of money into this laptop when I can go out and buy a refurbished Dell or something like that, for $600 or $700. That's
True.
twice the computer this one is.
True. I mean, how much RAM you got in there right now?
4. And it bogs it down real quick.
It's really not going to be the RAM. It's going to be more the processor that gets bogged down, because the processor is what actually does everything. The RAM itself does other things. But like I said, like on my laptop, I had 8 gig of RAM on that one, but it was a processor that just could not handle all the live streams and that many people, because I noticed before I would actually freeze up and nobody else would, on panel. And It's like, I got this computer here and it's like no problem. It's like, what? Oh, it's just a little bump in the road.
Hey, the queen has showed up. She's making an entrance.
Yep, there's Bocce.
Bachi. Lisa Ann said she has to go buy a new phone. Speaking of phones, a couple weeks ago I was mentioning that, my phone company, I was wanting to, thinking about switching carriers and stuff like that, because, I can't get unlimited plans, and the data suck, the data costs and stuff suck. I looked at my phone earlier this week because I wanted to see how much data I had left. I had 1,000 gigs of promotional data. My data reset on the 12th. I now have 2,000 gigs of data.
Wow. You got
So
a lot.
if you
bit.
if you don't think your carrier is listening to you on your phone while you're not using it, you're sadly mistaken. Because I signed up for no promotional. I got no notification in my email or anything that they're running a promotion, offering me, different plans or anything like that. And somehow, miraculously, I get 2,000 gigs of data added to my plan, and it's under a different heading. It's not just under my regular data. It says promotional and something else. And it says it's actually 1,998 gigs because I used like 2 gigs.
Yeah, a lot of these companies are starting to listen on that.
Yeah. So I'm like, maybe I'll stay with Verizon for a little bit until I get my phone paid off. If they're gonna give me 1,000 gigs a month.
Yeah. Well, I know I just switched over to a new rate plan with T-Mobile, and because the one I had before, it was covered. I had 2 gig on my phone, 2 gig on my tablet, and as long as I stayed below 2 gig on each one, I got a $10 kickback on both.
Mm-hmm.
But anytime I went over to, I had unlimited, okay? But if I went over 2 gig like on the phone, then it cost me extra $10 that month. Same way with the tablet. Well, it's like, okay, because I was, whenever it hit so much on the phone, it's like, okay, get tablet out and everything, trying to make sure I didn't go over 2 on each one. Now they actually offered that's what they call a Magenta 55. Since I'm over that age, it's like, okay, fine, I qualify for that. And I get unlimited talk, text, and data now for $55 a month. But because I do automatic payment every month where they withdraw it out of my bank account, it drops it an extra $5.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. And like I just had to get a new phone because the one I had, it was over 3 years old. And unfortunately, LG, which is the manufacturer I like, they no longer make cell phones. But I got lucky that the T-Mobile store, they had 2 of the last made LG Velvet phones. And they were actually on clearance. So I got a good deal on both of them. I got a good deal on one of them. Came that close to getting the second one for Crystal.
I put pork. I put some bacon on my flagpole too, Maters. Just so you know.
Oh, did you?
Yep. They haven't bothered it. There it is. She's floating.
Good. Like I said, put you can always put some bacon grease on the rope.
Well, Saturday morning I had to work. Saturday morning I had to work, and they asked if I'd go up and lower our flags to half staff. Whoever put the flags up the last time, the one big flagpole, they ran it up too high, and the eyelet for the flag got caught in the pulley.
Oh.
Ooh.
So I couldn't bring it down. So guess they're gonna have to go up with a bucket truck tomorrow morning and get that freed because it's not coming down.
Oh, you don't want to go climbing the pole?
No.
I can see you going hand over feet and everything up the pole.
Yeah. I'll go get the bucket truck. I'll go get the 60-foot bucket truck and go up and do it. But I ain't climbing no flagpole.
Chicken.
Oh.
Hey, you can use the exercise.
Bears climb trees, not flagpoles.
Just put some bark on it and it'll be a tree.
There you go.
Yeah, but he would have to glue the bark going up the pole as he goes. A little bit at a time. It'd take him a month to glue the bark onto the pole.
Yeah, that is to get a whole bunch of chihuahuas and put some super glue on there and stack them up, and there'd be bark.
Yeah, I can see where you went with that.
Oh my God! And they call me crazy.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
You can call me anything you want, but you can't call me late for dinner.
Exactly.
You call me late for dinner. I eat my 3 times a week.
Good. Go ahead and make the comment there, Bocce.
Oh, Wayne says we don't need to see Ed pole dancing.
No. That's not. If you see me pole dancing, just mind your own business.
I don't want to see that, and I definitely don't want it videotaped on for YouTube at all.
Yeah. Got to make that money somehow.
Yeah. It's like, officer, I do not know this guy here. I've never seen him in my life.
Yeah. Bocce.
Hey,
Sandy must have a whole bunch of ghosts over her house because she's calling Ghostbusters.
It was work calling.
Ah.
But Sammy, thank you. Oh, Sammy, you didn't have to do that. I appreciate that. That's way too much.
Thank you for the compliment, Brandon.
Hey.
Yeah.
Why run on all cylinders? That's no fun.
Yeah, we're like the EcoBoost. We cut cylinders out as we don't need them.
Yeah.
Hey, Bill, how you doing? Yeah, I seen that too, Bill. It's going around. So.
Ooh. Now, my only question is, what strain, which version of it.
Mhm.
Oh, Henry's got it. Wow.
Yep.
That's not that at his age. That could kill him. That sucks.
Yeah. Oh, and great news too. I actually got recognized at the tractor pull from my YouTube channel.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
By who?
One of the pullers. Where I was, I think I pulled Bo up to the starting line up there to get weighed in or something, and I was coming back, and a guy come up. He looked at me and goes, "Do you know a guy on YouTube by Polar Bear Ed? Because you look a lot like him." And I just looked at him, and I'm like, "That's me." And he kind of like looked back, and goes, "It is you. That's awesome. I watch all your videos, man. That's cool." So.
Yep.
Oh gosh.
So how bad does Musty and Henry have it? That'd be my question.
Well, if you listen to his video this morning, you could hear it in his voice when he first started up. Yeah, he sounds like he just went 10 rounds with Apollo Creed like Rocky, and oh yeah, he sounds like shit.
Well, and he said when he was videotaping that, he said he'd had it for like 2 or 3 weeks.
28 days, he said.
Yeah, 28 days.
I must have gotten lucky because I think I had mine for about 4 days.
I still say I caught it in October of 2019, and 3 months later they announced it because I wasn't online for about a week and a half. I don't know if Ed remembers or not, but I was sicker than a dog, and I went to work every day. I was so sick they wouldn't even let me hook up my trailers. They hooked them up for me and disconnected them and hooked my dolly on the back. All I had to do was drive the truck. And the day guys wouldn't even get in my truck and drive.
Damn. Over 100 degrees temp. Wow.
Yeah, wow. That's
See,
not
now,
good.
You know, I had that, but mine was like 100.2, 100.4. And I guess one thing that helped was this is all back in January. You know, actually, it was New Year's Day and everything. So I'm outside where it's, still kind of, nice and cool out. I'm still out there doing work. And so it really didn't bother me. I had my energy and everything.
Yeah, I've talked to some other people and stuff that like 4 or 5 people at work have had it, and over half of them are like, it's just, like a bad cold, and then a couple of them are like, it kicked our butts.
Yeah.
And at that time, none of them had the vaccine. There was another guy, not in our building or anything. I was talking to him, and he went to have the vaccination, but doctor wanted to test him first. He already had it and never knew it. He said, he goes, I felt run down for like 2 or 3 days. He goes, but we were going hard and strong, and but he goes, I thought I was just getting, tired from that. And
right.
Yeah.
Well, that's the way it was for me. I had a little bit of tiredness, and I could tell I was running a slight fever. And I was like, I went taking my temperature, and yep, like 100.2, 100.4, and that's about as high as it ever got. It never went really any higher. I never lost taste or smell or actual energy.
Did you get tested?
I got tested and everything, and the first 2 came back saying positive, and then the third one actually said negative, and I was actually able to go back to work. Luckily for me, my boss is real nice, and I still got my holiday pay because it was right there on New Year's. And then he'd already said that if we can get through this whole ordeal without being shut down, that everybody'd get a bonus. Well, the bonus was a regular 2 weeks, pay. So he went up going and giving me that. So that helped out.
I think we had it right before it even was announced. Like back in what, 2019? Right at the end of the year.
Right. Now, I know that in February 2019, I'd gone on a cruise. And, I mean, this was at the end of January, beginning of February. I came back, and that was on a Friday. Or no, it was on a Saturday. And Monday morning, it was like I was kind of feeling, And then Tuesday, a little bit worse. Wednesday is like, oh, man, something. I just don't feel good. And went on the first break and looked on Facebook, and one of the ladies that was on the cruise in our group, she said she gone and got tested, and it came back positive for the flu, type A. So I told them in the office, like, I'm not feeling good. And one person in our group had the flu. They said, go get tested. So, yep, I went over and had that swab stuck up my nose real deep. That sounds familiar when they're doing the testing, when they take that swab up your nose. And like, yep, came back said positive for the flu. And then that was on a Wednesday. Monday morning, I was back to work.
See, they weren't doing no testing. We didn't even know it was out. But my boss had it, and he was at work running the fever.
Right.
I mean, he worked like 3 days, and I was right there. I mean, we share computers, we share the phones, we share the registers, you know, everything. And they shut us down for 24 hours, cleaned it, sanitized it, and we all went back to work. And not one of us in that store got it. You would think if it was that contagious that we would have got, somebody in the store would have got it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we're touching the counters, everything.
Right. Well, I mean, it's just like, like for me, back in December, I think on the 12th, we had our, the motorcycle ministry Christmas party. And there was 13 of us. And all I know is that was on a Sunday. Okay. Well, a few days later, everybody was saying they weren't feeling good. And one person went up getting tested, and the results came back Friday evening saying positive for it. Well, out of the 13 that were there, there's only 2 of us, and that including myself, that I wasn't going getting tested, and it came back negative. But then about 2 weeks later, that's when I started feeling bad again. And I was like, okay.
And that's when you tested positive?
That's when I tested positive for it. But like I said, the only symptom I had was just a slight fever, and that was it.
And just felt kind of yucky, you said, right?
Yeah, I just didn't feel like my normal self, but
Right.
It's like I still had energy because, I mean, if you actually go back and look, the video when I said I was, out doing the storage shed I was building, that's when I was still running a fever.
Right. Yeah,
And I don't even think you can even hear it in my voice, I'm being sick.
Right. Yeah, I don't know.
No, Bocce, you're not keeping me awake. I have somebody messaging me on my phone, so I was looking down and typing on it.
Tell her to wait until after the stream.
No, it was Antonio. He was giving me he was helping me give me some pointers on how to get the stream working on Facebook.
But it was working. I just brought it up on my phone.
Yeah.
What's up, Ken?
So,
Hey.
You staying
It's
out
on
trouble
there.
today?
Oh yeah.
That's no fun.
Did you go into it, Ed?
what's that? No, I didn't. I was looking for you yesterday, Ken. We had 9 slingshots come by us
Oh really?
down on what was that, 151, Sandy?
Yeah.
They were going north up towards Carrollton. I seen the first one. He was out a little bit in front of the other ones. I'm like, oh, that's not Kenny. And all of a sudden, it's like I'm looking down the road, and it's like, wow, there's a couple of them there. And I started counting them, 1, 2, 3. And it's like, and and all different configurations of how they were set up. You know, some had roofs, some didn't have roofs. You know, some had like really loud exhaust on them. Other ones were quiet. You know.
Ed, is this what he's saying isn't on?
I guess so. He just said that he gets an error when he clicks on the link.
There's two of them in there of you for tonight.
Okay.
And the first one, it don't take you nowhere. But if you go to the second one right below it, it takes you right to this.
Oh. Maybe the first one was just a notification that it was coming up, and then the second one's actually after the
When
live
the
stream
live
started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know Crystal, she got the notification on Facebook that you were live.
Yeah, hopefully this all this crap will end by next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it needs to end pretty quick.
Well, see, I got a theory here about, you know, Bocce says she has it now. So it seems strange that we announced that we're coming down to visit her, and she catches the corona.
Uh-oh, Bocce. Watch out.
Oh, she didn't catch it because you were coming at, believe me.
Well, I didn't say it because of me, you know, but, you know, she went up on Mark's live stream. You know, we say we're coming down to visit, and then she catches corona. You know.
Yeah.
What, Bocce has it too now?
That's what she was saying there.
I missed it. It might have been when I was on the phone with work.
Yeah, one of her monsters has it, and she has it.
Oh my God.
Because I thought she said her test came back negative.
Says, I wish that was the only symptoms my pet monster and I have.
Oh,
So,
You know, I tell you what's real funny is the fact, you know, with the age of my mom and
Bocce, you're
everything,
going
when
to
I
have to
was,
text me or call me after the stream.
like I say, when I was basically quarantined at the house and everything, my mom, you know, she kept wanting to come in my room. I told her, Mom, you better get out because, you know, suppose she never came down with any of the symptoms or anything.
Now, me and Mark were quarantined for the 2 weeks. Remember that, Ed?
mm-hmm.
We were quarantined, but they wouldn't even give Mark the test. It was in April, and he got sick out on the road. He was congested really bad and coughing and fever, but they wouldn't give him a test. The only way they would give him a test is if he was being admitted to the hospital, because there wasn't that many test things out back in April of 2020.
Wow.
When it first came out and everybody was running and getting tested.
Yep. I remember I had an appointment to get tested at one place, and I got there, and let's just say I sat in line for almost an hour and a half, and it would have been about 2 more hours before I would have even gotten up there to get tested.
I haven't been tested yet. I not every time I hear about, oh yeah, let's stick this thing up your nose, I say, no.
Yeah, I know.
I've been tested twice through work. It's all strictly volunteer. But with us getting tested, it helps keep us open. The more negative test results that come back, the chances of us staying open are better.
Right.
So why not go get tested?
Right.
You know.
Oh yeah, when they got bad at my work, they literally shut down the terminal pretty much and said we can't go in the building.
They when they did our testing, they had it's in our big field house where they hold the indoor track and field and all that kind of stuff. They had two doors open, and it was nice out, so you didn't have to like wait outside. But they actually had a loop going around the outside of the field house, and had marks on the floor about 10 feet apart. And that's where you had to, individually had to, if you went with your friend, even if you're wearing masks, they said everybody stand on a mark.
Yeah.
Hey, I've seen the Roadrunner Coyote so many times. He ain't getting me stand on no X.
These were lines; they weren't X's.
Like I say, even if there's an X on the floor, I ain't standing on it. I
But
don't need
now
no
when-
damn big old boulder falling down on me.
When they had Mark and I quarantined, they put Mark on 875 milligram amoxicillin and another antibiotic and some kind of a cough pill. Even though it was suspected COVID, they put him on that, and within like 4 days, he felt fine. So, who knows?
See, but both of my tests, everybody complains about them. Both of my tests, they didn't hurt. I mean, that sucker's like yay long, and they stick every piece of it up in there. But I didn't bother me.
You had cushion from your beard, Ed. It cushioned your shit.
Yeah. Ken
No, our one
must be
son had it done, and his nose bled. He went from here to Canton to have it done. Rich, they had him do the COVID test when he was really sick, and his nose bled from there back to home, and was still bleeding. They went way too far.
Ken must be doing paperwork. He actually has his glasses on. Yeah, I'm gonna say the corona hangover is not the same thing as the coronavirus.
Yeah.
Well, I remember that I've seen one video out there on YouTube when it first came out. I remember this one girl. She went and got all the Corona beer and everything. She was pouring it, opening it up, pouring it all down the sink. She's afraid her boyfriend gets the coronavirus.
There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people doing that trying to get their 10 seconds of fame.
Yeah.
Our son brought Mark a coronavirus hat. When we were quarantined, they brought us down some food and stuff and left it on the porch and put a corona hat in there.
Okay, well, thank you for stopping in, bud. I appreciate it. Hey, Mike, how you doing, bud? Yeah, Wayne likes a little Mountain Dew. A little ATF
Really,
and oil's all
Brandon?
right.
Wow.
Just get your
Must
tractor
be
up.
some guy from Kansas
I'm not
or
sure.
Kentucky.
No, Ken, I didn't get it cleaned. I got it dusted off. By the time I got done back from breakfast, I decided it was time to start mowing the grass and stuff. I needed to get that done. I unloaded everything, dusted it off as best I could, and I didn't realize it had been almost a week and a half since I mowed my grass.
I mowed my grass 2 weeks ago. It looks 2 days ago. It looks like it hasn't been cut in a month.
Ooh,
Well, I got
ruptured
mine
ear,
to get done too.
ruptured eardrum Lisa has. Yeah, that's not a good thing.
Nope.
So, but yeah, last night was actually a really good time. And Sandy and Mark and I were talking this morning. Didn't realize it until this morning. Well, actually, the we never got our chairs out. We stood the whole time or walked around.
No wonder we are all hurting today.
Of course. Well,
Well, you had your little Red Ryder. You could have sat on.
I was sitting on it too.
He went up the hill to go to eat dinner and made all of us walk, and he took that little rider. He says, I ain't walking it. I'm not being stupid.
I didn't make anybody walk.
Well, how would we get there?
Could have jumped in the truck and drove up.
Yeah.
Could have took the tractors up.
Yeah,
I sent Mark a half a dozen links on Marketplace for those little snappers. Everything was under $100. Everything was under $100 for them.
Well, then you got to send them to me, so that way.
Well, I'm actually thinking about starting to buy a bunch of them and fix them up and make them and sell them as tow rigs.
Yeah.
I got so many I've been getting so many compliments on that thing, ever since I started using it. You got to love it, man.
Yep. Leave the pulling tractor home, just load all them up on the trailer one night.
There you go.
We need a bigger trailer.
How big a one you got?
Only a 16-footer.
There's Cajun.
Mr. Cajun, how are you?
Hey, Sandy, I know you can get a good deal on a 53-foot enclosed trailer.
No, that's just a little bit too big.
No, you can get all sections off. You can have one section for the tractors. You can have one section set up for like having a little sofa. You can put the bathroom inside of it, and have a little kitchenette.
Yeah, right.
What's up, Cajun?
Oh, how you doing, Ed, Nader,
Pretty good.
Miss Sandy, Mark, Ken, Mr.
Hey,
Briggs, everybody in
Okay.
chat? How y'all are? Y'all talk about the race, last night's race yet?
Yeah, that's what we've been talking about, and a few other
Okay.
things.
I keep sending Mark pictures and stuff of toter homes for when he retires. He can just buy one of those and go travel the country. And some of them toter homes are pretty nice.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is from what I can gather, you don't have to have a CDL to drive them.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
I'm thinking
Yeah,
I'm going to get one.
No, not if it's personal. No, you don't.
I'm thinking I'm going to get one.
What they look like, a toter home?
A semi with a huge bunk on it.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
wow.
instead of having the normal semi fifth wheel, they've got the small fifth wheel for like motorhomes and stuff.
Right.
I'm thinking instead of buying a like a motorhome or something, just buy one of them.
Oh, well, I wouldn't
Yeah,
mind
or
having
buy a
what
good
they
used
call
one and
toy
have
hauler.
one retrofitted.
I want one of those
Yeah.
little toy haulers that the whole back, you've got it's like a regular RV and everything, and
Yeah, the
right in
campers
front.
with it. That
Right,
open
and
up
then
in the
right
back.
back you got like a garage section. It's got the lift
Yep.
and everything.
Yeah.
That when you want everything down, just let it straight down to the ground. Then you lift it back up. You got the little side rails. You put your chairs out there and enjoy the evening.
Yeah, my luck, it would just smell like alcohol inside that whole camper.
Yeah, some of the small toter homes, or the those trailers,
Yeah,
they look good on paper until you realize, I don't know how they are now, but when I looked at them, the living area for like the kitchen, living room, and all that stuff up front's really nice.
it's real small.
But they're pretty decent size. But where you sleep at is where you store your buggy or anything.
Some of
They
them, the newer ones have a queen size up in the head of the
Yeah.
trailer.
Yes, if you buy the fifth wheel model.
Yeah,
But if you get the bumper pull, they're not. It's in the back, and you gotta
Right.
leave your shit. You gotta leave your shit sit out. So
that wouldn't be no good.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna say the one I've been looking at is a self-contained.
Yeah.
Or self-propelled. But
yeah,
those are those are also about 80 to 100,000.
Yeah.
Just a bit
Well-
out of my price range.
Well, the one toter home I looked at, fully outfitted. It had a walk-in bathroom with a shower, queen size bed in it. You know, the whole 9 yards. Full size fridge, sink, kitchen, couch, all that kind of stuff. Was just under $200,000 used.
Yeah.
Wow.
Did they have the door, the regular, like a camper door that you step up
Yeah,
and go in it instead of going through the truck driving doors?
It goes out the back. You go out the back of it, and then there's
Oh,
a set of
okay.
steps that go down, and then on the side fairing it opens up. But when you close it, you can close the side fairing, and then the top has a deck plate that folds over those steps, so they're all hidden. And
I've seen
some
an
of
18-wheeler trailer or semi with the advertising this new type of sleeper. And right on the side there, they had a door, just like a camper, a nice camper door. You know, not no little bitty pool thing like that, but a nice knob on it. Yeah. I'm like, man, that's nice. But I'll have to check into the ones you're talking about, because you can go buy a Bluebird for $500,000 new or 600,000.
Yeah.
Or Silver Eagle. You know, I'm talking about, you know, a RV that you drive,
Yeah.
right.
a diesel pusher.
Yep.
You're gonna spend brand new $500,000-600,000 on one. Buddy of mine had a he didn't pay that for it. He bought it used. He paid like $100,000 for his, or $80,000. But it was nice. You know, now if you can get a rig like that, Ed's talking. I didn't forgot a toter or whatever. Toter homes.
Yep.
You can spend, because a rig will cost you $90,000 just for the rig, and then you put whatever you want on that back rail on the frame. You can get that custom built for, you know, have no fifth wheel on it. Like I said, you buy a new one without a sleeper, because you'll have to tear the sleeper off anyway. You just want the truck with a long wheelbase frame. You don't want no fifth wheel. Bring it to one of them fab shops that can make that for you. You're gonna spend $110,000 on the truck, and it's hard to spend $90,000 in a little bit of fiberglass and toilet, shower, and plumbing.
I'll be back.
You go buy a piece of crap trailer new for $90,000. I've never seen a tractor worth buying for $90,000.
Talking about a Peterbilt. Okay,
You ain't getting a new Peterbilt for $90,000.
I'm making a hypothetical example, Mr. Briggs. I didn't even say new. I said a nice one, you know, a few years old. I bet you I can go to the Peterbilt place here in Lafayette and get a quote for a nice used Peterbilt, long frame, with no sleeper on it, no fifth wheel, none of the chicken lights on it, for less than $100,000. I used to own 2 rigs. I know a little bit about them trucks.
Yeah, Peterbilt is junk with the pace car motor.
Well, I never owned a Peterbilt, but I did have a Western Star and an International, and that Western Star could output just about anything I seen on the road.
Western Star today is the newer ones. The ones made the last 10 years are nothing but glorified, overpriced Freightliner.
But anyway, a nice rig like that, open frame, you can build it to your specifications.
Yep. But I think the only qualification to get it classified as a toter home, it has to have some kind of a hitch on it, like a fifth wheel hitch.
Oh yeah, well, you can put you one of them fifth wheel hitches for, you know. Oh yeah, you can just buy your frame and custom, bring that to a fab shop, or you'll have to bring it to wherever, like a camper shop place that will fabricate you that unit on the back of that truck, and then they're gonna have to cut an access hole, you know, in the rear cab of your truck, or you just get out of it there but I would like to walk into mine. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
into the driver's seat, and then from the driver's seat to the back.
But but I'm actually kicking around the idea of buying an old ambulance, one of the big style heavy truck frame ambulances, and converting that into a toter for my tractors and stuff.
That'd be good.
Have you ever been in an ambulance?
10,000.
There's not that much room in them things. They look big from the outside, but there ain't that much room in them.
No, once you gut them, there's quite a bit of room in there.
Yeah,
I'm
guess.
talking the large frame ones, the ones on like the 5500 style cabs or chassis.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we ain't got them down here. We just got like the, the 450s or,
Yeah.
196 bucks.
Yeah,
well,
they got a lot.
it's not even. Yeah, it's about I want to say it's either a 350 or 450. One of the two.
Yeah, Mudster, they are a wiring nightmare. But once you get the cabinets and everything out of the inside, there's a little bit of space taken up, from the compartments on the outside, which would be good for storing tools and fuels and all that kind of stuff. But the insides will, you can clear them right out. I've seen a few of them that people have made them actually into like campers, so.
Ed, why don't you just do like what I've seen some guys at the dirt track? Just go get your old school bus.
I thought about that too. I thought about that too, but you can't. I'd have to get one of the short buses because there's a lot of places we go into you wouldn't get a long wheelbase like a full size school bus into.
Right.
Oh,
And plus the head room in a school bus isn't as high as what an ambulance is.
You still walk around in a school bus, though.
I have to step down. I have to go down a little bit.
yeah, but that's when we were kids, though, Mater. We were short back then.
Not me.
I never
That might
seen
be you, but
any
not me.
adults go to the walk in a school bus myself. Well, yeah. Well, I told her, yeah. You tall fella. I saw that last night. You at least 6'1", huh?
I'm pushing 6'3".
Okay. All right. Well, then, yeah, I could see where he would have a little problem in a school bus. Me, I would, because I'm only 5'9.5".
And plus the back end of the school bus is higher than the floor of the ambulance. You'd almost have to have a lift gate or something because you'd have to have like 15-foot long ramps to get enough general up to get the tractors in because of the wheelie bars.
True.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I forgot about you putting the tractors in them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you always get one of the short ones and just have you a small trailer behind it.
So that's the whole thing. I would, if I'm doing something like that, I want to get rid of the trailer. I want it,
Plus, the ambulances have air dump. Help with your ramp issue.
Yeah.
He went and bought a big gooseneck and set a camper on the front and hauls his mud truck behind. There you go.
Yeah, I've actually seen a lot of guys do that with the gooseneck trailers. They take like pop-up campers and turn them sideways on the front of the camper or on the front of the trailer. So the fold outs come out off the sides when you're there, and then they fold back in, and in the door you walk right out onto the ramp or onto the deck of the gooseneck. So you got a nice level patio to set your chairs and stuff up on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. I've seen a lot of guys do that.
Have you got a welder, Ed?
What's that?
Have you got a welder? Hey, just make you a frame set up inside. Say you get one of those school buses and get a little frame set up inside some I-beams. And then when you open up the back door, all you got to do is get that one I-beam that'll stick out the back with the winch on it and everything. Just hook up to the tractor, just pull it right on in and shut the door.
Just like the setup for putting the casket boxes in the ground.
Yeah, he's talking about a monorail.
Yeah,
Or just get you a lift that goes down and comes up, and then you can just slide it on in.
yeah, you can do that too.
Yeah, I know a place that we deal through work. I can get a used straight drop lift gate for under $1,000.
Are you buying a school bus?
No, it's like I said, I'm checking into buying an ambulance.
I'm trying to talk him into buying a school bus. He probably
They're
knows
air
a place you can
conditioned.
buy them cheap at.
They got full air conditioning, plus there's scene lights on each side of it, so you can set your awning up, pull your awning out. You got lighting underneath of it for the pits and stuff like that on all three sides.
Don't talk Mark into that.
School buses
No.
are air conditioned too.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I said something to Mark about it, and he said no because there's too much death involved with them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well,
That don't bother me.
yeah, that wouldn't bother me.
Air
That-
conditioned school buses?
Yeah.
Damn.
Not in my day.
There now.
They don't have them up here.
that's why you go find a junkyard with RVs and everything in it and get that rooftop AC unit.
Speaking of vacations, we're all heading out to Texas. And then we're going to come back your way. You going to meet us all for lunch?
Who you talking to?
I'm talking
Cajun.
to Cajun if he'd be listening.
If to me,
Is your name Cajun?
yeah, but I thought you was talking to somebody else.
No. Us
Okay,
and-
because
us
your voice is real soft.
Us and Ed are going to Texas and meeting up with Mater and Bocce and Sue and Crystalline and BSF. Brandon. And then we're going to head back that way. We're going to come through Louisiana, and we figured maybe we could meet up with you guys down there.
Yeah. Which way y'all gonna be coming into Louisiana on the north side or the south side? 20 or 10?
I don't know.
Oh, y'all haven't did the itinerary yet.
Probably 20, since they're gonna be since we're gonna be meeting them, and 20 is not that far away from me.
Yeah.
We're just going to bebop around for a whole week, all of us, about a week and a half.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
And then we're going to go over to Alabama and see Bama Mud.
Oh, okay.
Damn.
Well, yeah, then that would be the right way to go is 20. And then you go around Shreveport on 3132, like Money Maniacs did to come, and his wife did to come down here when they came from Alabama. And Mater and Crystal met them. Then they hit 49, I-49 come down here. That 3132 loops you around Shreveport because you don't want to be caught in no traffic in that city. It's not a big city. I mean, it's a good sized town, but still in all, they got a wreck. It'll bottleneck somewhere.
Right.
And then 49 down to the exit right up there, and then that road takes you straight here. And I'm not that far from 10. I'm 18 miles from I-10. When y'all leave here, hit I-10, head left, and you go straight into Alabama, Mississippi, Alabama.
Well, that's what we thought. And then we were just going to go on over straight across and then hit 77 and go straight up. Might even be able to stop by and see Harold Fisher.
That's what?
Harold Fisher,
Where's he at?
Tennessee.
Oh, okay. Yeah, y'all gonna be making a big circle though, huh? And then
Yeah.
go up.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna go see Shell.
Because there's other people. There's like Fuel Guy. He's in Slidell. I know they got to have some YouTubers in Mississippi. You know.
I haven't
I
been
know
there.
there's a few, and the Bama Mud Mowers, and them they naturally Bama, Alabama.
Right. And then Ed wanted to stop by somewhere, South Carolina, Georgia area?
Yeah, South Carolina, Georgia line. I got a friend down there. He's a YouTuber. Junkyard's Garage.
Yeah. Bo Tucker. Is that the boat I was racing last night?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
our son.
Oh, okay. Okay. Who was it that went 278 or
Oh,
287?
that was Mark's cousin, Joe.
Reaper?
Oh, the
Joe.
Reaper was Don Rogers'
Yeah.
son.
Okay.
Reaper
Oh,
was
who-
his cousin.
Who went the furthest? Was it that first long run where
No,
Mark was doing like, wow, he's out of here?
I think that Joe was the one that he went for. He took out Reaper came in second that time.
Okay. All right. Reaper was the first
The first one out.
awesome run. Yeah.
Yeah.
First awesome run. Okay.
And then right after him was
Yeah, another
Yeah,
one
yeah.
came in, and I was thinking he went further. Yeah.
mhm,
Okay. Then another one, he was like, I don't know, 10 foot, 20 foot shy or something.
right.
Right at the end, and then Mater was going live. I was still watching, and my wife, Missy, she's like, hey, people in the chat wondering where you at. I'm like, where? I don't see that. She said, Mater's channel. I'm like, oh, because she's talking. I thought she was talking about Mark's chat, you know? And I realized, I did know Mater was going to go live, you know, but I forgot what time it was because I was getting into them long runs, you know, and the alcohol track.
Right.
And I heard you had trouble with yours, Ed, last night.
Yeah. Yeah, I just didn't have the carburetor adjusted in right, and we possibly have a can of bad fuel.
Oh, okay.
That's
Water.
got to be it, Ed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
Yeah,
for
water-
both for both
water-
for both of the for both of the tractors not to be running right, it's got to be the fuel.
Now Mark said that his carburetor is going to be all out of whack now if it was the fuel. So you didn't actually get to see then Mark pull then.
I didn't. No.
You got to go back and watch it. He had a crazy pull.
I'll have to definitely go back.
Yeah, he
and
was
watch.
hopping all over the place.
He was everywhere. The sled hit him what 2 or 3 times, Ed?
Yeah. Yeah,
Well, he
I was actually
complaining this morning about his back hurting.
Yeah, his back and his neck. Oh yeah, when that sled hits you, man, that's just like a yeah. It
I
hurts.
can bet.
Yeah, I was actually standing down on my trailer watching him because I could see the track from standing on the trailer after I took my tractor down.
What is
How's
this?
your back, Ed? Because you said you got bumped with a sled.
Oh, I was barely moving when it bumped me. You know, it actually, I mean, the sled just rolled up and bumped the wheelie bars, and the only reason I knew that the sled bumped me is because I hit the end of the chain again.
Just a little nudge.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, I actually had really bad leg cramps last night because stupid me wasn't paying attention to what I was drinking and didn't drink enough water and stuff. And I actually had to stop on the way home after Sandy and Mark turned off at their place down the road a little ways. My right leg cramped up so bad I had to pull off the side of the road and walk it off because I couldn't work the gas pedal.
I remember you saying that this morning.
Yeah.
Coconut water is something good for that too.
Mm-hmm.
Besides pickle juice, coconut water.
Yeah. Well, usually I've got, well, Mark and Sandy always have bottles of water with them. I've got a couple with me. I just wasn't paying attention, and you know, with us standing around and not sitting at the trailers, you know, watching, I just wasn't paying attention, and you know.
Yeah, you were doing a lot of moving around last night.
Yeah.
It's like you was actually part of the work crew up in there.
So
I think
somebody's
by
got
the
to.
time- Go ahead.
Yeah, unhooking, hooking, you know, getting back and forth. I've seen Mark go back and forth a few times. you know,
Yeah.
up to the head up there, you know.
Don't let them. They were gabbing too. You know,
Yeah.
don't let them fool you. They were visiting.
But it wasn't hot, Brandon. Yeah, that's what surprised me about him cramping. It wasn't hot. They was all wearing coats.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Well,
You know,
most of them were wearing jackets.
Well,
There was a
I
few
put
that wasn't.
I put my jacket on just because the dew was setting in, and I didn't want my jacket getting wet laying on the tractor.
Oh,
I was actually a little warm with my jacket on, but like I said, I didn't want it laying there getting covered with dew and getting wet.
yeah, Bocce. Mark was a snake last night. It looked like it.
You know, Ed, but when you're sweating and everything, you're sweating out all the,
Yeah.
salt, potassium, stuff like that. Water's not going to put that back in you. That's why, Gatorade or Powerade, but I'm actually taking Gatorade and mixing Pedialyte with it. I've got the
Well, we stopped.
unflavored.
We stopped up the road from the polls and got some drinks and snacks and stuff, and I bought 2 Gatorades. I drank, well, they were Powerade. No, one was a Gatorade, one was a Powerade. And I drank them both on the way home, But
I'd rather the Powerade for some reason because I think it's the flavors on the Powerade compared to the Gatorade.
Yeah. Well, it's like what Lisa was saying. Electrolyte water is infused with electrically charged minerals such as the sodium, potassium, calcium, and magnesium.
Right.
And the best one, believe it or not, is sodium. You need the salt.
Yeah, when we was playing high school football, junior high football, we always had salt pills.
Yeah, I was gonna say salt pills. Yep.
Usually I'm pretty good about, especially this past summer and stuff, about drinking the water and stuff like that. And it just, it got away from me. And
Well, for me, like I said, my number one go-to, pickle juice.
that's what I did as soon as I walked in the door last night. I set my camera bag and stuff down that I carried in, went right to the fridge, grabbed my big jar of homemade pickles that Ken made, and I downed about half of the juice that was in that jar.
Well, you don't need a lot because if you drink too much of it, then it has an adverse effect. It actually does something else where it's going to come out a different opening that you don't want.
Yeah. I say I downed half of it. I mean, I had some.
Right. Usually I might have, get maybe quarter of a cup. That's about really all you need because it's, high in sodium.
Yeah. Well, I had like 2 mouthfuls,
Yeah, I can't have all that salt.
No, I can't.
Yeah, me neither.
I
But
swell up.
when you're sweating, though, a little bit of that salt don't bother you. That don't hurt
No.
you. Your body needs some salt.
Oh, yeah.
The other good thing about the tractor pulls and stuff, when we're weighing tractors and I stepped up on the scales after I pushed the tractor off, I've lost over 10 pounds since the beginning of the summer.
Well,
Wow.
that's beneficial there.
There you go.
At the beginning of summer, right before the poll started, I weighed myself at the weight room at work. I was 268. I was at 255 last night on their scales.
Why did they
Another
weigh
one
you
is gonna
separate from your tractor? Because you might run somebody else's tractor or something?
No, I just wanted to see what I weighed.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Because I put the tractor on, looked at its dry weight to see what it was. And then I stepped on the scales with the tractor, and I actually needed to add about 12 pounds to bring it up to weight.
I thought it was
Push the-
30.
No. I had put
No,
30
you
on
already
it.
put some 30 on. Okay.
I had put 30 on.
Yeah.
So, but after we pushed the tractors off and stuff, and I was standing there, I stepped back up on because Junior stepped on. He wanted to see what he weighed, and so I stepped back on too because I wanted to see what I weighed, and it 355. Hell of a cry from the 322 I was at 2 years ago. But
You're getting older.
You don't look no 355. You don't.
No, he's tall.
348 maybe.
that's how I was thinking too.
Ed, you keep going and losing that weight, you'll get that girl's figure back.
I've never had a girl figure.
I don't think Ed. I don't think Ed was ever what you call small. Yeah, Ed though, it reminds me of the type of guy that had a beer gut when he was 16 without the beard.
I had a beer gut when I was 10.
There you go.
But nobody messed
I
with
mean,
him in school, probably.
I didn't hang around
let me
anybody in
ask you.
school.
Did you? Shut up, Maggie. Did you ever miss lunch or dinner?
Nope. Got it
Exactly.
all honestly. So
There you go.
Ken, how do you introduce me? You don't introduce me as your little brother, right?
Little big
It's
brother.
always it's always your younger brother.
Yep.
Are you trying to say? What do you mean younger? I mean little. He ain't that. I can't believe Ed's younger than you.
What, 4 years, Ken? 3.5, something like that.
I always thought you were pretty close in age, like a year or two.
Nope. There's three between each of us.
Something like that.
Real close
Yeah,
to 3.
My brother was born 65. I was born 68. My sister was born 70.
I used to work with a lady that her daughter and her son, there was 17 and a half years between them.
Wow.
Yeah, Peter, that does work. The bananas are good for leg cramps.
Yep. Because they're high in potassium.
Bananas are cheap now. I can't get over how cheap they are.
I actually
How
bought
much
some
are they
bananas a
up
couple
there?
weeks ago.
Oh, bananas always been known for cramps.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But Briggs, how much are they up there?
I can get what they call the dozen, the heavy dozen. It's basically like 15 bananas, and they're 49 cents.
A pound.
I think ours
Yeah.
are 49 or 59 a pound.
I think
They
that's
used to
what
be
we're paying.
89 cents a pound. Now they're down to 49.
Yeah, they cheap here. You can get, I don't know, 3 or 4 for $1, something like that.
Yeah.
Well, like if you go to like these truck stops, they'll rape you. They charge you $2 for a banana. Some of them, it's like forget it.
Yeah.
$2 for one banana.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, Eleanor, we were just discussing the pickle juice is good for it. The infused mineral water is good for them.
Yep. Salt tablet.
Yep. Salt tablets, yeah.
What's up, Eleanor?
He said he just got home.
Yeah. He just got home so he can comment and stuff.
Yeah, because he was driving a little while ago.
But,
Okay, Cajun. You had to do
I
it.
No doubt. Well, I took a nap earlier. I'm not tired. I took a nap earlier. That's why I'm a little late coming in.
I
You're a
didn't do it.
vampire.
No, I
He's
only
a
had a two,
nocturnal animal.
I only had a 2-hour nap. But
You're still a vampire.
Refreshing.
Cajun's a friggin' vampire.
Yeah, I got home just a tick before midnight. But like I said, my legs and stuff were hurting. I didn't want to lay down because I knew they cramp and stuff again. I didn't get to bed till right after 1 o'clock. And then I was wide awake with cramps in my calf, both calves, at 4:15. And I've been up ever since.
That's the one place you don't want to be, is in the bed when you catch a Charlie horse. It depends on where you caught it at, in your foot or on your hamstring behind your thigh.
Yep.
Or
Oh,
your
hell
calf. Man, it's hard to get out of bed with one of them and then try to stand on it or beat it to death. I beat mine half to death first
Yep.
with my fist. Man, them things hurt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but both of my calves cramped up bad enough. I was standing on my tippy toes. You know,
Wow.
that's not a pretty sight. A 350-pound man getting out of bed, prancing around on his tippy toes.
Well, that's
Thinking
your
your ballerina?
muscles, how tense they are. If 350 pounds can't put you back level, that's some serious cramps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I know a guy that was he had a Charlie horse when he was when his house caught on fire. He said that was quite the experience trying to get out of that house with a Charlie horse.
I've known people that's had Charlie horses bad enough in their calves that it's actually tore the tendons in their in their leg. Athletes.
And I bet you that's painful. That too, man. God.
Yeah, Eleanor. Either that or a back spasm.
Yeah.
You start moaning for a whole different reason.
I had one of those years ago. I was working on my riding mower, and it's like, okay, I got to go in town to get something, and I was just bent over working on it, and I stood up, I guess the wrong way, or whatever. I got inside the house and told my first wife that I got to go in town to get something, and all of a sudden my back started cramping. I got down on the floor. It was hurting so bad. She actually had to come over and help me get up. I just could not stand up at all.
When I strained my ACL, I was just walking across the yard, and all of a sudden I was down on the ground. I couldn't put no weight on my knee. And of course, I had my chocolate lab at the time, and she thought it was playtime. Dad's down on the ground. It's playtime.
Oh,
and
boy.
Ooh. It was probably 100 yards from my garage at the time to the house. And I'm laying about halfway there, and it's uphill. And I'm like, go get mom. She's like jumping around and everything else. I actually drug myself on my ass up the steps and everything else and knocked on the door. And she come out and she's like, why are you down there? I'm like, because I did something to my knee and I cannot put any weight on it whatsoever. I can't even stand up, because I got myself back to my feet to start, but I couldn't move. I couldn't put any weight on. I'm like, what am I going to do? Hop in circles, And of course with the lab.
Yeah, it goes to be like Mad Max.
Yeah.
He got up, hopped over to his the Interceptor after he got his knee shot out.
AutoZone Minerva.
Oh my God. Hang on. I'm off today. Ain't that nice?
Yeah. But I actually went to the hospital and they x-rayed it and everything. They wanted to give me crutches, and I'm like, I can't use crutches. I said, just give me one of them wooden canes. I can bear weight on that. Well, they didn't. All they had was those aluminum grandma canes with the big 4-foot thing on, 4 pegs on the bottom. And I looked at them. I said, that ain't going to do it. Well, it's either that or crutch. I'm like, okay, I'll take that. They wheeled me to the door with the wheelchair. I stood up, took 2 steps, and that handle on that thing bent straight down. And down I went again. You want to see people running out of a hospital, I hit the ground, and there was people everywhere. They actually gave me a set of crutches, took that cane off my bill, everything else, helped me get in the car, and it was later on that evening, because it happened like at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I waited a couple hours to see if it was just what it was, why, it was just something I could, live with.
Quiet.
And then finally ended up going to the hospital and waiting, 2 or 3 or 4 hours there and all that. They had no leg braces in my size. Orthopedics,
bless you.
orthopedics wasn't in, and they couldn't get into the orthopedics area to see if they had any in there big enough. So, yeah, it was really good times.
And how long ago was that?
That was close to 15 years ago. It's one of the very few times I took more than just a day or so off work. I took, I think it happened on a Thursday. I took that Friday weekend, went back to work that Monday, and they're like, "Yeah, we don't have light duty for you. You're gonna have to go home." Went home, was off a full week, going stir crazy. Went back to the doctor the following Monday to see how it was healing up and everything. And he's like, "Well, I'd like to have you off at least another week and a half." I'm like, "Dude, I need to go back to work. I cannot sit at home." He said, "Well, you can go back, but if it's hurting and you can't put weight or anything on it, you need to take time off." I went back one more day, and I'm like, "Yep, I gotta." I took a couple more days, and finally I could put enough weight on it that I could actually work.
I think the longest I've ever missed work was a month, a little bit over a month and a half. And that today I was working for a glass shop and wound up going delivering a piece of glass. It was about 250 to 300 pounds. And I mean, now I'm not picking it up by myself, not something that big and that heavy. So the third time that day of picking that glass up, we were standing inside the glass shop I was delivering it to. He was on that end. I'm over here on this end. Pick it up like this, hand up underneath it, and one hand holding it straight up. We pick it up off the banana dolly, go to set it down on the A-frame cart inside, and next thing you know is my end, it hits hard, but luckily it was carpeted. And then it's going up against the A-frame rack. I'm going on the floor, okay? He was still about that high up and about that far away from the A-frame. And I'm sitting there on the floor. I got my left foot sitting like this and my right foot sitting like that. And they called the ambulance. They came and got me and everything. They did an x-ray. I had dislocated the ankle. The outer bone was totally broke. And that little nub that sticks out on the inside of your foot, that was broke off also. So I got a plate, 6 pins on that one bone and then 2 screws on that little nub. And yeah, because of that, I was out for a little bit over a month and a half. I got my doctor's release to go back to work. I got my release from work. I was laid off. That was 3 weeks
Yeah.
from 10 years.
Don't that piss you off?
Yeah. And I contacted several different attorneys, and they said because Texas is a right-to-work state, there wasn't anything I can do. They said he could let you go for any kind of reason. I'm going, well, that sucks because the doctor had to release me to go back to work. And being
Yeah, but I don't think that's what right to work state means, though. that don't pertain to if you injured and your boss don't want you to go to work because he's scared you're going to get hurt on the job and all that. That's not what right to work state means. That means something else.
No, right to work means that he can let you go for, say he's downsizing. So he could have told, I mean, I got my unemployment and everything, but he could have said that, hey, because this was all after 9/11 it happened, and it was like, hey, we're just downsizing to try and cut back on expenses.
Yeah, as long as you are released to work, they can lay you off. They can't lay you off while you're on leave or whatever.
Right.
But
They when I was in Arizona, I broke my foot on the golf course. So when that's why I couldn't get workman's comp because I didn't get injured at work. I was on my own time, and I thought I just sprained my ankle or something because that didn't hurt that bad. And I'm, trying to get around and I can't hardly walk and I'm operating equipment at this time. I was a foreman for a TEP. We was contracted to TEP, Tucson Electric Power. And I was having trouble with the accelerator and the brake with my foot because you always had one foot on the accelerator, one foot on the brake. Well, on the front end loader. So they told me, look, you need to get X-ray. If you can't work, this is the company policy. Okay, if you're not able to do anything, then you need to get it checked out as to why. This was a company that believed in safety big time. Well, I went and took X-rays. I had insurance through the company, all that. I paid my own insurance. They paid the other part of it. I had a damn broken foot and didn't even know it.
Yep.
Yeah, I've seen people in accidents and stuff have broken legs and stuff, be out walking around on them and not know it until the adrenaline wears off.
Oh, yeah, but no, this was like 2 days of, because this was the weekend and I didn't have to go back to work till Monday. And it was bothering me, but not like a broken foot would be. And I mean, it wasn't swollen that big around. It wasn't black and blue. It turned a little purple, whatever. But no, so they laid me off. Because I went to another deal to a clinic. I mean, a specialist. He says, no, your foot is not fractured. It's broke. Where your tendon and cartilage go, tendon and whatever in your foot go to that middle bone. You don't have one bone there. You got two. They like an oyster growing on top of each other.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I bet you had trouble in sports and school and stuff. I said, yeah, I sure did. He said, that's why. He said, that's broke. He said, I can heal on its own, but I'll suggest surgery. Take that one bone out of there. So I mentioned that to my company. They said, well, look, we got to give you a pink slip, And I wanted it. I said, look, the doctor said, you ain't going to work for a while. So I said, well, I guess they're going to let. So they gave me my slip saying I couldn't work because I injured myself off. And I went to apply for my unemployment. And I got almost $300 a week.
Yep.
It took me a little while to get it, though, about a month and a half. Because I told them I couldn't work because I couldn't look for work. My foot was broke. So I couldn't go look for work. And that's on the application. If you say no or whatever to any one of these, you're not going to qualify. And I didn't know that. But anyway, so I finally got that straightened out with unemployment. And I got my unemployment. I never did have surgery, though.
Just let it heal on its own.
I let it heal on its own because I went to another specialist that specialist told me to go to. And because it was closer to me. It wasn't out of town. And he said, no, you might as well leave it like that. He says, you've been carrying that around now for, 45 years, so why not just leave it? So I did. And by the time I went to go back to work, they laid almost everybody off because that was during the economy of 08 and 09 back then. Remember when the economy crashed?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, they laid a lot of superintendents off, man. There was a lot of stuff we didn't build. A lot of 5-story buildings we didn't build.
Yep. I remember how bad it was because I was out of work and I was signed up with 5 different temp agencies. And what was bad was not a single one of them could get me work.
Wow.
Can't get you work if there ain't no work.
Yep. And I mean, you can go to almost any temp agency, walk in the door, fill out the paperwork, and they'll put you to work the next day. And for over a month, I mean, I was calling these places like every single day. They said, nope, we got nothing for you.
Yeah. That's when I started making, turning your little wood shop there and the little swing shop, start making cypress swings.
Yep.
That's what my buddy Richard Ordwine did. He got laid off and all this, and he couldn't work and blah, blah, got his disability. He said, I got to do something. He said, I'm not a man that sat around. He started making cypress swings and gliders. Man, made a killing doing that.
Hey, Donnie, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, Donald.
Hey, Donald.
Now, maybe what I need to do is I need to get my other garage I've got. It's the one that's got a concrete slab and everything. Get that all cleaned out and everything, and maybe see about fixing people's lawnmowers and stuff like that.
There you go.
I can make some extra money that way. And just
Yeah.
hey, I can't charge you, but you can always donate. Because I'm residential here. Now, if I don't
Right.
charge them, I tell them, yeah, I can get it fixed, but I can't tell you how much it is, but I can tell you what a donation would be comfortable with.
Right, right.
There's always a loophole.
I wish I had a garage attached to my house or one away from it that would lock up. My little shop here, that's good for 2-cycle stuff, okay? Because I'm using it for storage now, so we've been working out of the big shop, over at Johnny's place. And there's just no room in there. So we tried to move stuff around to where I could set up in like a 20-foot by 10-foot area in the corner. There ain't no place to clean out that stuff and put it anywhere. And it's no use renting a storage unit to put that stuff because that's another extra monthly bill, and I would have to pay that, like $60 a month or something, about $60 a month.
Right.
For a 10 by 10, I think, or 10 by 15.
Well, the other garage I've got is on, because that one there, it was actually on the corner lot. And what happened was the people who lived there, they passed away.
Oh, yeah, I remember that
Right.
story. Yeah.
So
Yeah, that would be ideal for me.
it's a 20 by 20.
My 20 by 50 was more than ideal for me.
Right. Now, the only problem I do have with it is there's no electric run over to it.
Yeah, you're going to have to get it wired and put a meter on it.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, it's going to cost you, you can run your own wires, let an electrician hook up your breakers and sign off on it, okay? Put a meter in it. It might not be a deposit. It might be a deposit. I don't know how your co-op runs or electricity place runs,
Right.
but you ain't going to have no monthly bill really with fluorescent lights and just small motors running every now and then for a grinder or whatever, or air compressor. Get you a 220. Get you a 220 in there. I doubt you have 3-phase in your neighborhood.
Actually,
I doubt you have 3-phase outside. Y'all do?
Yep.
Wow.
3-phase. But I mean, I don't have it here at the house. But I do have that 80-gallon 2-stage Cobalt air compressor.
That's perfect.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Run you two or three 220 lines in there. Different circuits. That way you got room for a welder. You got your air compressor on a separate circuit, and whatever else. Get you 3 or 4 220s in there, and bunch of 110s, especially on the workbench.
Yeah.
Get your workbench built, the way you want it. Then run all your receptacles where you think you're gonna need them. Oh yeah.
And if I'm going to run lighting, I'm going to be running LEDs. I'm going to go back over to Harbor Freight and get more of these LED lights.
I get these Walmart $14 LEDs. Man, that thing put out some light.
No, these here are the $20 ones from Harbor Freight, and every now and then they'll put them on sale for I think $16.
Yeah, I've seen those bronze on sale LED.
Yeah, I like them.
Well, I've got four tube fluorescent fixtures in my garage. I just went out and bought the LED tubes, put in them.
Yeah,
They're
I tried
nice.
that with my my 2 tubers, regular shop light. I tried LED tubes in there. They didn't work, and they said we're working any fixture.
Okay, now do you have shunted or non-shunted tombstones?
No, I don't have starting capacitors. These are the newer, right before they quit making fluorescent fixtures. These are shop light.
I know,
Okay,
but what
with
I'm
the
saying is, right.
Open fan right there, no cover. Electronic ballast. Yeah.
All right, no, I know, but what I'm saying is one end is one tombstone you're positive and one end you're negative, or is it just all on one end? Because that makes a difference. Because you've got some that you've got a positive negative on one tombstone, and the other end is not even got wires running to it.
I think the way these are wired, you have a positive and negative, I think. Because you do have other wires going to the other tombstones.
Right. Well, there's videos out there on YouTube that show you how to get one of those 4-foot fluorescent fixtures set up, and how you can tell if it's a shunted or non-shunted tombstone, and whether or not you have to take out the ballast or not. And most of the time, you take the ballast out, you don't even need it. You just totally cut the wires and get rid of it all.
Yeah. Well, so what I did, I just returned them to Walmart. It was like $18, I think, for 2 of them.
Yeah, but you also got to make sure you've got the correct LEDs also.
Well, I just returned them and got the money. I went to the lighting section and I picked up 2 fixtures.
Yep.
And then I picked up 2 more.
All right.
So
I'll be right back.
later I picked up 2 more.
Well, I'll be right back. I'm getting hollered at.
Okay.
But
them LEDs, them Walmart LEDs, Ed, man, them things are super bright.
Yeah.
Super bright.
See, I got all my I got probably a dozen of those 4-tube fixtures from work. They redid a building. They're the ones that for in a drop ceiling.
Right.
They got the diffusers and stuff on them, and they were scrapping them out with the ballasts in them, and they all worked. So I grabbed up about a dozen or so of them. I got more than that because I gave away probably 10 of them. I've got 4 or 5 of them up in my shop, and then I've still got probably 6 or 7 sitting over in the corner. I'm supposed to take a couple down to Mark, and then when we did our LED changeover at work, I talked to one of the electricians and found out what style ballasts and stuff were in those fixtures. And I just ordered a whole case of LED bulbs through our lighting supplier, And heck, I think I paid $2 a piece for the bulbs or something like that. They were dirt cheap. Well, we bought probably I don't know how many hundreds of cases. So they just gave me the pricing for the school since I worked for them. Talked to our salesman. I knew he was a local guy here. I talked to him and told him what I was doing. He's like, yeah, he goes, I'll give you the same price as the school. As a matter of fact, he goes, when I order them and put them in, I'll just have them put them on your skid. That's I think we got like 6 skids in at a time. He said there'll be a box that's wrapped with a yellow tape. That'll be your box. Just take that one, And I had the invoice and stuff that I bought them. That way, there's no question I wasn't stealing bulbs from work.
No conflict of interest with the school.
Yeah, and I didn't have to pay shipping.
Right.
And,
yeah.
Well, and after I bought them, and a couple guys were like, what's that? I told them I think they ordered almost a half a skid for a bunch of individual guys, and they just put them on our order. You know, they just marked the boxes. You know that hey, these boxes are for people there, and they all got the same price. So,
What are you, the engineer over there at the school?
I'm the mechanic.
Okay, well, they call them engineers over here,
Yeah, but
or
all
technicians or whatever.
but all
If
the
anything has to do with the plumbing or electrical, you're an engineer. Mechanic parts for I don't know. What are you working on? Like the school equipment,
cars, equipment,
cutting
stuff like
equipment
that.
and stuff.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, they call those technicians then. Over here they do at the college. LSU's right over here down the road from me a little ways.
They still
LSU.
fluid filming their cars there, Ed?
What's that, Briggs?
They still fluid filming the cars at the school, or they
No,
give up
we
on
have
that?
never. No, we haven't started that yet. We're still looking into whether it's cheap for us to buy the stuff to do it, or just have it sent out
To do what?
to fluid film undercoat. It's a lanolin based lubricant,
Hmm.
and it works really good as undercoating.
Oh,
We still-
undercoating. Okay.
Well, it's not undercoating, Cajun. It is, but it isn't. It's basically oil, but it don't wash off.
Right.
Right.
The stuff's phenomenal. I mean, a 5-gallon bucket is less than $100 online.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do y'all have a Ed? Do y'all have a lift at the school where you can put a car on it, lift it up safely, and all that good stuff? Everything. Okay.
Yeah, I've got two. I got two of them.
Okay. Well, that would be cheaper for y'all to do it yourself then. Put that on the lift.
Well-
Get you some, whatever spray rig you need for that type of application.
Actually, they're better off having it done the first time and then do it after that, because they drill all the holes, put all the plugs in, because they spray it inside the rocker panels, and they charge like $139 to do it the first time. Then after that, he could do it every year after that. I mean, because most of the time, like I do my truck myself, but mine was done the first time. You don't have to do inside the rocker panels every year, like maybe every other year. And when you
that's
just
right.
you can use an undercoating gun.
Y'all got all that salt up there up north. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, but see, I'm the only mechanic for all the vehicles and equipment and stuff like that. So we kind of try to weigh the, taking my time out of the day, to do the vehicles over fixing stuff. So that's what we're looking at, whether it's cost effective to do it in house.
Well, you ought to look into it, Ed, because there's a guy here that does the fluid film. He goes to our county building down here, and he spends the entire day and does every vehicle in the fleet, and he charges a flat rate just to do them right there at their shop.
Yeah.
He sets up the plastic and that, and puts the plastic on the floor, the walls, and makes like a spray booth, because that stuff is nasty. And when he's done, it's funny. He did the county last year, the first year he did it, and they said he went to take the stuff off. They cleaned the lift off, and they said, "Is it going to hurt that from being on there?" Because the lift was kind of rusty. And he said, "No, you can leave it on there. Just make sure you realize this stuff. If you bump against it, it's going to stain your clothes and that." And they didn't care. They just left it on there, and the lift hasn't rusted anymore. So
Yeah. We've got a company right there in town that does it, and he we have like almost 60 vehicles. He quoted us a price to do the whole fleet, which was fairly inexpensive. I mean, for what it is. But like I said, we've been farming a few more things out now, just because they don't want me burning out. We just had some big patch panels put in our 1-ton dump from the salt eating them out. It's nothing I couldn't have done in shop, but we sent it out for 2 days and it was in and back. in those 2 days, I did like 7 oil changes, fixed a couple mowers, all that kind of stuff. So it's just, where's my time best spent?
Yeah,
Yep.
but you could have got that done too, though. The bucket, I mean, the bin done.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
then he would have been more. By the time he would have done all that, the other stuff would not have gotten done.
Right.
Well, yeah,
Yeah. Because
kind of space them out a little bit. But
yeah.
that's how my buddy. He's a musician. He's been a mechanic, and a musician all his life. Well, a carpenter too. So he's got good trades to fall back on no matter what. And he works at St. Pius over in Lafayette. No. He's at a golf course now. Wait a minute. Is it a school or a golf course? Anyhow, he makes good money. Put it that way.
All
Damn
right,
good car mechanic. Damn good auto mechanic. Wow. He used to own his own shop in Mississippi years ago.
All right. Yeah. Please do keep me updated on Daryl. I'll make sure that I get it. I'll get it passed. Put out there for everybody. What's going on?
Tiny Blockett.
Yeah. Daryl from 2 ATVs for Life is having some heart problems.
Yeah, I remember last week. Either you,
Yeah.
it was you asking us to keep him in our prayers,
Yeah.
or somebody else, but I think it was you.
Yeah.
2
Yeah.
ATVs, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I've been knowing them for
Yeah.
man, I don't know, 5, 6 years or
Mhm.
maybe longer.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a real quick onset thing. I mean, not that we all don't have medical problems, but this was kind of like an out of left field type deal. So
I tell you what, you know how they say it hits close to home? Well, there's about 3 things that hit, almost 4 things that hit close to home not long ago in the past 2 weeks. Me and Missy had a scare that we might have had COVID because of one of her relatives. Well, one of her relatives passed away. COVID. I don't know if y'all seen my band videos. I got the few that I put up. The blonde-headed lady singer, she died of COVID. Her and her husband was in the hospital at the same time. She died of COVID. He was one of our drummers, Urus. And Miss Donna passed away. And then a friend of mine passed away a few weeks back. And then a buddy of mine I was raised with, he passed away a few days ago. Man, I'll tell you what, it's hard to get me out the house to go somewhere, because of all this free floating in the air again and all that or whatever.
Oh, I'm just glad my father didn't catch COVID. He had enough problems. If he had gotten that, he would have suffered like bad.
So. All right,
And
y'all.
this is a
We're rolling
real
up.
good friend in the hospital with pneumonia.
All right, y'all. We're rolling up on the 2-hour mark. I do have work in the morning. I appreciate everybody stopping in, hanging out, and having to make a really good chat tonight. So, everybody wants to say their goodbyes. We'll shut this down here in just a minute or so, and we'll catch you all on the next one. So you watch out for everybody's live streams. Mater, Monday night, Mater, right?
Monday, yeah, do it Monday nights and Wednesday nights.
Yeah. He's on after my bedtime, but I watch the replays of it the next day. So
Just let it roll, Ed. We'll give you some
come on
views.
that late, Ed. I mean, come on 7 Central, so it's only 8 o'clock your time.
yeah, but usually 8 o'clock at night, I'm getting stuff ready to do for the next day to go to bed, and sometimes I don't even make it till 8:30. So,
Well,
yeah.
I know this person here. I've seen this person here pop in, and of course, I always get stuck with this guy.
I pop in because I wait on Mark to get up so I can go to bed.
Yeah. Or she's just getting home from work.
Yeah, or I just get home from work. Yeah. Like tomorrow, I'll be working afternoon, so you'll still be on when I get home. So
No,
I'll
it's just
stop
because you
in and
miss
say
me too
hi.
much, Sandy. That's the thing. You just miss me.
Oh, yeah.
So,
But
all
yeah,
right,
I'll be
y'all.
on yeah, 7 o'clock Central.
All right, everybody, as always, love, peace, crackling grease.
Captain Grease.
That's right.
I'll take care.
All right.
ya.
Good night. God bless.
Bye.